Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Rama, and in today's video, we are going to be breaking into the deadliest effective weapons in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, what do I mean by effective weapons? Well, a lot of times, especially in videos, you'll see the video where they say, oh, these are the deadliest weapons in the game. And they might list something like the Chernobog or even the Terabyte, which have missile silos just about that you can launch out of the back. And yeah, they're deadly, but the amount of effort you actually have to use to get them to work is really just a waste of time. They're not deadly, they're not effective. An Oppressor Mark II can fire one set of flares and just absolutely demolish your sitting still Chernobog, and that'll be about the end of you. So in today's video, we're going to be going over the deadliest effective weapons, at least in my opinion. These are going to be weapons that anybody can use, whether they're solo or playing multiplayer, and absolutely annihilate whatever their goal is to clear. So the first weapon we're going to start off with is actually the only handheld one, being the Railgun. There's a very simple reason why the Railgun's so good, and that is why. The Railgun is a one-shot kill for any normal vehicle in the game. That makes it incredible. You can see there, I even blew up the Insurgent, but I did probably, I shot it about 11 times before. But still, the fact that the Railgun is just an instantaneous explosion, it doesn't matter what you're shooting at, it doesn't matter how far away, it's about a 1 second delay if you're really far away and aiming, and that's about it. You just gotta lead your shot a tiny bit. It's not like the RPG where trying to lead your shot, is almost impossible because of the fact that it takes so long to reach there. The Railgun is insane, and it is by far one of the best weaponry to defend yourself from oppressors and really anything nowadays. It is such a good weapon. If you're a beginner, I would highly suggest to get your hands on it. The next thing we're going to be taking a look at here is the tank. Now, the tank has two reasons why its weaponry is amazing. First of all, it does carry mines, and these mines are just like any other explosive mines that you could get in the gun running update, so they will blow up and you can spam these. I mean, you can see here, I can just keep placing them and placing them and placing them. Eventually, after you place 5, if you take a look at that one in the back there, if I place another, they will start to disappear as soon as I keep placing them, you can see. But still, the fact that you can just absolutely decimate with those mines if anybody's trying to chase you and just keep spamming them in limited amounts is pretty dang insane. Add that on to the fact that you also have a crazy good gun. The Kajali's gun, you can just keep going and going and going, and there you go. Long live the Insurgent. Now, obviously, it's again a slightly damaged Insurgent, but the fact that you can just keep on shooting this gun, and if you charge it, it can actually shoot further away. It's a pretty far range that you can shoot with this weaponry. The tank can survive a pretty decent amount of explosions itself, and even though it's a pretty easy target for flying vehicles that have missiles or vehicles like the Oppressor, it is still an absolutely devastating gun, and as a solo player, you can make quick work of your opponents. The next vehicle we have is the APC. Now, the APC, which is not the most effective if you're solo, is still very strong for a couple reasons. First of all, it's got very small windows, which means if you're being shot at, it is quite hard to actually hit the person. But it's more deadly because of the weaponry it carries. Swapping between the driver's seat and the weapons seat on the APC is pretty easy. You're driving along, oh, I'm going to try the weapons. So you stop the vehicle, you hold right on the D-pad, and there you go. That was pretty simple. It takes about 2 to 3 seconds to swap, and that's why I actually like the APC a lot. If somebody's chasing you in an Oppressor or some sort of flying vehicle, this thing has absolutely crazy gun elevation, and look at how fast it shoots these missiles. It is insanely good. It means that if there's anything flying in the air, you actually have a pretty decent chance of hitting it. You can see just how effective the APC is at spamming missiles like crazy, and even though this is actually considered the worst option for weapons because of the fact that you don't have unlimited missiles, I still like it. You can fire up to, I think, 50 missiles with this before it's out, and even then you can just despawn it and call it back in like 2 seconds later. I just think the APC is insane. I should also add into the fact you can drop mines, just like the Kajali. Personally, I think the APC is deadlier than the Kajali for a couple reasons. A, it can survive much more explosions. That means if there's somebody like an Oppressor shooting at you, you can survive basically a full volley of Oppressor rounds where you can't in the Kajali. As well, this vehicle is much faster, it's better at off-roading, and it can go in the water. So it's just a great vehicle overall. I would still suggest as one of the best purchases I've ever made early game to get the APC. It is just such a good buy. After the APC, we make our way over to the flying vehicles, starting off with the FH Hunters, I think it's the FH-1 Hunter. Yes, the FH-1 Hunter. Now, this is an insane vehicle for really one reason, and that is the barrage. As we can see, we got a fully stocked insurgent here, and with one missile barrage, yeah, it's pretty insane. I mean, sure, we didn't blow up the insurgent, but it also reloads pretty quick, and yeah, you don't mess with the FH Hunter's abilities. It can just spam missiles like crazy, and there goes the insurgent. It is insane, the missile capabilities it has. If you're trying to shoot at somebody on the ground, or, you know, anybody's trying to mess with you, you just need to spam the missiles like that, and you'll have a pretty broad range of hitting them. Not only that, but the FH Hunter also features bombs, which we can see here, and because it's a helicopter, these bombs are super easy to use. It also features flares, as you can see, which means if anybody's shooting missiles at you, you're going to be fine. It's overall just an insane vehicle because of the fact that you can spam these missiles. Now, there are other helicopters in the game that also have the barrage option, like, for example, the Akula and the Annihilator Stealth, but the barrage options are kind of useless, if I'm going to be completely honest, because they only shoot 4 missiles, where I'm pretty sure this one shoots 7 in quick succession. It's just a much, much better option. Plus, this helicopter can survive a pretty decent amount of rounds itself, and if you have somebody in the secondary seat, they can use this explosive gun on the bottom. I mean, this vehicle is just an absolute dub. It looks awesome, it's freaking sick, and the fact that it can shoot that many missiles, as I said, definitely makes it one of the deadliest vehicles in the game. Now, next up, we have a vehicle that actually covers 3. We have the Savage, and this is also going to count in the category of the Hydra and the Laser, and that is because of the weapon being the machine gun. We're going to watch here a full health insurgent, and 3, 2, 1. I mean, that is just insane. Full health insurgent that can survive 26 explosions just got blown up that quickly. That is insane. And it's because of the fact, as we can see, the Savage features just the most devastating gun in the game. Now, as I said, not only does the Savage carry this weaponry, but so does the Hydra, and so does the Laser. These are the only vehicles, or aircraft should I say, in the game that feature this type of weaponry. It is insanely easy to use the Savage, and that is why I put this one over the other two. Even though the Hydra can hover, the Savage's hovering capabilities, because it's a helicopter, are just so much easier. Like, for example, we can see this black Dominator on the road down here, and if I want to blow it up, I just need to fire my weaponry, and boom, it's done. I mean, just imagine this is somebody on the road, and then bloop, dead. It is insane how deadly a vehicle like the Savage is. It is by far one of the deadliest weapons, and in fact, I still believe this to be the deadliest weaponry. I mean, you just spray it, and everything blows up. All these cars here, boom, all dead. All these propane tanks here, and you just hit them, boom, dead. It's a little nasty. Not only that, I should also point out the Savage does have great missiles as well. It can keep spamming these missiles over and over and over. Judging how old this vehicle is, it is still an absolute steal of a deal to get your hands on. Unfortunately, it does not carry flares. It also can't really survive much when it comes to explosions, but it is an insane vehicle, and I can definitely say probably the best purchase out of all these listed here. Not only is it one of the cheapest purchases, but the fact that you just get that level of weaponry is pretty dang insane. The final vehicle we have is the one that's kind of in between. I can't really say the Oppressor has the deadliest of any weaponry. The explosive cannon you can get on it is useless, and the missiles are just kind of base missiles. The reason the Oppressor made the list is more because of the fact that it's the Oppressor. It's just such a hard vehicle to fight, so that makes it a super deadly weapon. It's incredibly maneuverable, it does carry flares, and because of that, it can win almost any dogfight out there. Like, sure, you're going to struggle to take out a plane because of the fact all you have are stock standard missiles, but the plane's never going to take you out, ever, and because of that, this is still an absolute dub of a car. Or, not a car, but a bike. So, yeah, the Oppressor is definitely a dub. I'm actually going to try the Oppressor with the explosive machine gun as well, and compare the two and see what I kind of like better. I definitely think the missiles are going to be a better option because they're a one-hit kill, where the explosive machine gun is a two-hit kill. But either way, this is my list of the deadliest weaponry that can be effective in the game. Let me know if you agree or disagree, and if there's any comments you think I should have put in here, any other vehicles. Obviously, there's a lot of weapons in the game. I could have put on vehicles, for example, like the Tampa of Death, and use its massive machine guns on the roof. So there was a lot of options I had. I just thought that overall, the barrage on the FH-1 Hunter was insane. I thought the fact that we had some crazy weaponry like the Savage, I think all these check the boxes. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.